Sidewalk and road salt are crucial this time of year, getting rid of the ice and giving you a little traction outside. But what makes that stuff work? The Valley Today's Professor John Treirweiler is live with the NDSU chemist this morning, breaking down exactly what goes into salt. And John, how are your experiments going?
They're going very well, Kyle, actually. We just pulled out some ice samples here. We had in the freezer for about 30 minutes, and we had some salt in each one. And Dr. Ganesh Bala here with us again. Ganesh, tell us what we've got here from our salt number 1 and kind of what we've seen it do.
So the salt number 1, you could see it has pretty much dissolved all the ice on the top, and still you can see the chunks of ice on the bottom, which is potassium chloride. And here we have the calcium chloride, and it has gone deep inside the layers of ice, as you can see from here, and it pretty much melted all the bottom, and you have some surface ice left. And here, which is again calcium chloride pellets, you can see again all the pellets have gone deep inside and melted some water, and you have some chunks of ice left on the top. And since this is a control experiment and this is huge chunks of ice, we could see totally different phenomenon outside.
We've got some stuff outside too to make sure we're doing everything right. We want to show you how powerful these calcium chloride pellets are. And we've got another sheet of ice here, and we'll just sprinkle some of this on here, and right away you can start to see it digging into the ice and starting to melt and head down. Isn't that right, Ganesh?
That is very true. And so you can see, as John said, you can see these pellets are starting to get down into the layers of ice and starting to melt around the ice. One main characteristic of calcium chloride, it is a hygroscopic solid, and it absorbs the moisture from air, and it releases some heat to that, and that also helps in melting the ice.
Very powerful stuff. You can see just in a matter of seconds already taking away at that block of ice, Kyle. Coming up here, when we see it back here in just a little bit, we're going to break down some of these chemicals, go into what exactly is in this salt, guys.
Pretty amazing how quickly that can work. All right, John Treirweiler reporting live from the NDSU Chemistry Department for us this morning.
It's estimated that around 11 million tons of salt is dumped on our roads every year across the U.S. And this morning, we've been putting some of that salt to the test. The Valley Today's John Treirweiler is live at the NDSU Chemistry Department this morning, where they've been testing it all morning. Good morning, John.
Well, good morning, Lisa. Yeah, we want to show you some of the tests we've been working on here. Ganesh Bala here with us this morning, and we're really kind of breaking down what's in the salt here with our different samples. And let's get right into it. We've got our sample 1 here that's claiming to be some potassium chloride, right?
That's true. And what we're going to do now is, this is a standard sample of potassium chloride, as you can see. And the potassium ion should give a pink flame on this flame test, and pinkish lilac, you could say. And this is the pure sample, and you could see that flame and beautifully with that pure sample. And now we're gonna do with that a sample which claims that it contains potassium chloride, and you can see that it is more orangish flame. And what most commonly people do with this common salts is that they mix it with a lot of silicates, and the silicates are to avoid the corrosion on the cements. So let's move on to the next sample.
So we've got this is the calcium chloride, right?
That's right. And that should give us a brick red flame, and it claims to be pure calcium chloride, and it is pure.
And we can tell that by the color flame. And Lisa, we want to show you again how powerful that stuff is. We've got, remember, our sample here, and you can see some of the different holes that are inside that ice there as it's really starting to melt, getting a lot of water out there. This is almost popping out of its mold, and you can just see how the calcium chloride just ate right through that ice and just kind of dug its way in and started melting it. Some powerful stuff, some really neat, cool experiments, well, as we kind of find out which salt works best for you this morning, Lisa.
All right, sounds great. Good to know. You don't want to waste your money when you're out, shopping for some salt. John Treirweiler reporting live for us this morning. Thank you. We are putting road salt to the test this morning, finding out what seems to work best in our frigidly cold winter weather.
Yeah, the Valley Today's John Treirweiler is live at the NDSU Chemistry Department, where they've been putting salt to the test all morning. Hi, John.
Well, good morning, Kyle and Lacey. I traded in my lab coat for, of course, a real coat because it's cold out here. But Ganesh Bala here, come on over, Ganesh. and explain to us what we've done. We've put out several samples here outside, so it's not in a controlled environment. We've got our thermometer. We can see it's below zero out, but yet this salt is still working up to its promise of working below zero, isn't it?
That's very true, John. So first we can see the calcium chloride mixture. It worked pretty good, and it has removed some ice here. And as we can move here, this is the pure calcium chloride, and what it has done, as you can see, it has gone deep inside, and like we have seen inside, and it has removed most of the ice. And here we have the potassium chloride, and it also has done its own job. But with this temperature right now, the calcium chloride seemed to work pretty good.
And important too, not only does it work good, but also it can be damaging to concrete, so don't like overload your driveway with it, right?
That's very true, John. All of these salts will damage your concrete, and they have some additives to prevent it, but never overload your driveway with the salts.
Okay, perfect. Well, Kyle, Lisa, lots learned this morning. Great tips, great advice, as hopefully we melt some ice out there and stay safe this winter, guys.
Yeah, because we really do still have a lot of ice. We got that rain before this cold snap, and just haven't been able to get rid of it. John Treirweiler reporting live for us this morning. Thanks, John.